All right, ladies and dudes, it's this guy, Jeremy, one of your very favorite people with Parkinson's, here to talk about an awkward subject. This is not one that's easy to talk about. I'm going to confess a little weakness that I have. I have a temper, more so in the past. I'm not proud of it, but I'm going to own it. Growing up, I never really found a way to channel my negative energy. Nobody's fault but my own, I suppose. And so I would get this kind of stuff down of my negative feelings. It would always erupt in a rage. I remember this was something I'm not embarrassed to admit. I had a Pac-Man watch. I loved that watch more than anything else in the world, but I lost after an hour of trying to score the high score, trying to beat myself. And I threw it against the wall, pow, broke it. Kind of embarrassed. I told my mom. She was like, well, you're not getting another one. I'm like, well, I don't really deserve another one. But this pattern continued throughout my early adulthood into my 30s. And it seemed like I was getting worse around 2009. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2013. Around 2009, I started just having a volcanic temper. I'm talking about screaming, yelling, sometimes throwing things. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the episode of The Office where Andy Bernard gets mad and punches a hole in the wall. I've got to confess, I've done things like that a couple times. Not cool. But what I started to realize after I was diagnosed in 2013 is all the yelling, screaming, going off on people, erupting at work, erupting at friends. I'm not going to blame it on PD, but it definitely made it worse because when I was diagnosed in 2013, I suddenly realized that I'd been feeling like crap for like almost 5 years. And what was happening was instead of being able to control the anger and having it just flare up once in a while, it was flaring up all the time because I was not able to regulate my emotions. Not blaming it on PD, but that's just something that I noticed. Now, upon being diagnosed, I immediately started taking medication. I started to feel better. My anger issues subsided, but not completely. They will never be gone, but I will tell you this. Being a parent of a very energetic young child will bring out your negative emotions. And what I did not want to happen was my son to see me lose my temper and A, be frightened of me, and B, start to imitate me. Now, he does have a temper, and I think he did get it from me, but I'm not going to blame his outburst on my doings because I feel like for the most part I've gotten those under control. Now, I'm not perfect, and I'm not happy to admit this to you, but it's something that I deal with. And what I really wanted to get down to was talking about anger and Parkinson's. Before you're diagnosed, you will be angry because you probably feel like crap. After you get diagnosed, you're going to be angry because, well, guess what? I got frickin' Parkinson's and I'm pissed off about it. Well, just like with any other stressor, makes your symptoms worse. You tremor more, you get more dyskinetic, you start stumbling over your words because you're so, I can't get them out. That is something that I've really, really worked on a personal level because I do not want to put negative things into the universe, especially in my own house. I can say without a doubt that never once has losing my temper ever resulted in anything positive. Always negative. That's why I got the Appetite for Destruction up here, Guns N' Roses. I didn't go and say I had an appetite for destruction, but I was raging for a while, and I think I alienated friends and coworkers and maybe neighbors. Well, I know neighbors from my antics. And there's a certain part of me that's like, yeah, screw those guys. Beat my chest like a gorilla. That only makes you feel good while you're doing it. Afterwards, you know what I hate worse than losing my temper? I hate apologizing, which is what I always have to do. I don't like apologizing. And if there's one thing beyond that, like I said, it's I don't want my son and my wife and my friends to see me losing my temper. It's not cool. It's scary. It sets a bad example. So, like I said, I know getting sick with Parkinson's, one of the stages of grief is anger. Why did this happen to me? What did I do to deserve this? I am not a bad person. Why did I get Parkinson's? You may never know. The important thing is, just like your grief and your depression, anger has got to be dealt with. I talked to a cognitive therapist. I see a psychiatrist. I'm medicated. That helps. But ultimately, it comes down to this guy holding his temper in check. Because Parkinson's and anger, not good bedfellows. That's all I got. Let me know what you think. Till next week. Peace and love from the city of St. Louis.